Hey, hey! How is everyone? So it's been a while since I've done one of these lives, and I'm actually a little bit nervous tonight. I think it's because of the subject that I'm wanting to talk about. So tonight, you're not just going to have me, there's going to be my beautiful friend, Wendy Sloan. He's going to be joining me, and I'm just going to wait for her to join. There she is. Wendy is beautiful, and I'm going to invite her on. Where's she gone? There she is. Bring Wendy on camera. Let's get Wendy here.
Hi.
Here she is. Hi, beautiful.
Hi.
How are you?
You look gorgeous. I'm
so
great.
Do you.
Great.
How are you? Oh, I've just been
Good.
saying, I think I'm a little bit nervous about this one. How are you feeling?
Yeah, a little bit nervous, but yeah, I'm up for it.
Okay.
Hi, Vicky.
So let's see who we've got. We've got Jo, we've got Vicky, we've got Nicola. Hey, Nicola. Okay, so the reason for the live is because you always see us presenters. So yes, Wendy is one of my fellow Y sisters, but more than that, she's one of my really good friends, and we have met through this company. It's kind of brought us all together, and we are lucky. But behind the makeup and behind the company and the things that you see on social media, the company itself, before the cosmetics, was set up for a really good cause. Derek Maxfield, our CEO, had a vision that he wanted to make a difference. He wanted to make a difference in this world, and him and his lovely wife Shalane had a vision that they would help survivors of childhood sexual abuse through the healing process, which is where kind of Unique, the company, the cosmetics company, was born back in September 2012. And one of the purposes that company was set up was to fund the Unique Foundation. And that's not the foundation you see here. The Unique Foundation is a haven retreat where adult females are able to go, which helps them through the process, through the healing process. And Wendy, I've tried to explain this before, and I never, ever do it justice. And it is such an important part of our business. And I think that's why a lot of us do what we do. We fully support the company, but it's what goes on behind the scenes, what's really close to our heart, which really makes us special and kind of stands out from the rest. Do you agree? And I had a look before we come on. I had a look at some statistics. So in the USA, it's 1 in 4 children are sexually abused as they're growing up. And the statistics in the UK from the NSPCC website are 1 in 20. And it kind of really hits home. Like, that's just like, if you've got, imagine a classroom of children, and I'm not going to get emotional because I think of my Nicholas right now at school. Like, there's somebody in that class who this is possibly going to happen to, but it's such a taboo subject that nobody likes to talk about it. But then it's kind of brushed under the carpet because we need to talk about it, because if there's anything that we can do to prevent it, then I think that it's something that we should be quite open speaking about it. And I'm really proud to say that we support such a special cause, really. But I'm going to stop talking now because Wendy's really brave, and she's agreed to come on here and talk about the Haven, the retreat that is available to you, anybody, right now. So I'm going to hand over to Wendy, and I'm going to put in the pinned comments a link to a website, and it's a link that is confidential. No one would ever know that you've been on there. It's a link that you can find out some more information if what Wendy is saying, because there's so many people out there who have not got the support and who have been through this and are still in silence, really, and kind of going through it alone when there is support there. So Wendy, I'm gonna hand over to you now, lovely.
Thank you, Leanne. Yes, and I totally agree with everything that Leanne has just said. And yeah, and it's quite emotional tonight because I was just reading an article before I came on about the Cransberries lead singer, who it looks like, I can't confirm it, but I was just reading it before I came on, that she took her own life. And unfortunately, it looks like this is down to mental illness that stems from childhood sexual abuse. And it was so sad to actually sit and read that before I came on this live. So I hope I don't get emotional. I usually don't. I usually am strong enough to do it. But yeah, just reading that really hit home that it's so, I really believe it's more than 1 in 20. I know Leanne said it's 1 in 4 in America, but I do believe that it's quite similar here. It's, to me, it seems to be a lot more than 1 in 20. But yeah, people do not like to come forward. They don't like to speak about this. They do still like to brush it under the carpet, which is sad, but I do get it. I do get it. The first step to being brave and feeling that fear is the hardest part. But it is scary, but the process to actually signing up to go to the Haven retreat in Utah is so easy. It is literally filling in a form with your details, but you don't have to answer any probing questions about anything that may have happened in your past. You don't have to ever feel uncomfortable in the slightest. The only thing that they say to you is that you need to get yourself to Salt Lake City. Unfortunately, there isn't anything like this anywhere closer to home. So they do say to you, listen, can you be available to get yourself to Salt Lake City? And once you arrive in Salt Lake City Airport, everything after that is taken care of. They pick you up at the airport. You are so welcomed by the most warmest people you'll ever meet. They put you in little groups. You don't realize at the time, but the people that are actually driving are your therapists. So you are in a group with 8 other ladies who are as terrified as you are on the first day, but you soon relax and you soon think, well, they are all here for the same reason as me. We have all come here looking for some sort of healing. And me personally, I had gone because I wanted to close that chapter and move on. I was fed up with being depressed. I was fed up with not living my life. It was very sad and lonely, and it really, really only kicked in for me when I had my first child. I think the anxiety and the depression became more prominent then. It was like, I need to protect this little girl. And that is when I thought, right, I need to do something. I'm not going to have another 17 years living like this. So I went, and everything that I learned was amazing. I'm not going to lie, I had a very, very tough time at that retreat. It was really, really hard. I left it a lot worse than what I went in, but that's not normal. Normally you do leave a lot stronger and more able to cope, but I didn't, because a lot of things became very clear. But I did make a promise to my therapist. She was absolutely amazing. Absolutely. I just love her. I absolutely adore her. I did promise her when I came back home that I would use the tools and the resources that they had given me to take away, and I would work really, really hard to reclaim my life, to not be depressed. And yeah, I did. I left Salt Lake City. It was only in March past last year, and I decided that was it. I was going to live my life. I was going to work so hard. And I made a promise with myself that by the time I reached 40, which is in 2 weeks, by the time I reached 40, that I was going to be in the position where I could take on the world. And that is how I feel right now. I've done it. I'm 2 weeks ahead of the time that I had planned in my head. But it was only through that retreat giving me the resources to take home, and me really wanting to work so hard to make it happen. And I did. And I can safely say I'm so proud of myself. And yeah, it's what I'm so passionate about. It's why I'm so passionate about this company, because I know there are so many women out there who need this, who absolutely need this. And I feel like I need to shout it from the rooftops. But yeah, it's one of them subjects that is hard to talk about. It really is hard to talk about. But I'm here and I'm going to talk about it, and I'm going to shout it from the rooftops. And I would encourage anybody who's been through any sort of childhood sexual abuse to have a little look at the link that Leanne has posted. Like Leanne said, it is confidential. Nobody will ever know you've even looked at it. The support's there. It is simple. And if you feel like you would like to speak to me at all, please get in contact. It's absolutely no problem. I'd love to speak to you. So yeah, that's a little bit about my journey and why I'm so passionate about Unique and this subject.
And I think, like, I'm
Leanne,
so
are you froze?
Am I here? I'm here. Okay, are we here? Can you see me?
Yeah. Okay. Yes,
okay.
yes. I thought you were frozen.
Yes. Are you back? Okay, no, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you. Like, the Wendy that I first met to the Wendy who's here with me, like, she would never have done this before. She has come such a long way. Her journey is absolutely incredible, and I think, like, all of us are so proud of you.
No,
so proud of you. But it just goes to show, of with the help, with the right help and the right support, then that things can get better. And it's not to say that it happens overnight and you're going to forget things. It just means that it's something that's there that helps you on that right path and puts you kind of where you feel you need to be going. So I think we kind of went into it quite fast, and we didn't explain, like, so the Haven Retreat, what actually is it? What is it for anybody who didn't know, who were listening?
So the Haven Retreat is, the Haven Retreat is, it's a beautiful big house set in the Utah. There is a retreat to begin the healing process for anyone who had suffered from childhood sexual abuse. They learn you everything from how to deal with, how to recognize what trauma in the brain has done, why you feel the way you feel, and how to combat that, really. You get taught loads of different classes, like, what do you call it? Kintsugi, I think that's what it's called. It was a Japanese art. Yes. And that was quite something. It really gets in your brain. It gets your brain thinking, oh wow. And then you do other little things like Muay Thai, which is like a self-defense class, and yoga. And then there's lots of different little classes, and then there's 2 sessions of group therapy. And yeah, it's really amazing. It's fantastic at helping you understand what has happened to you and how to deal with that in the future. It's truly life-changing.
It keeps breaking up. See, this is the joy of social media, though. Like, I'm here in my apartment in just outside of Manchester, and Wendy's over in Ireland. So if we have got a bit of a connection problem, we apologise, or a bit of a delay. But, like, I'm right in thinking, tell me if I'm wrong here, but I'm right in thinking, Wendy, that literally you would go on the website and you can apply to go to the retreat. You don't have to be a unique presenter. Anybody can apply. You would fill the form in, and they would let you know whether you're going to be accepted. The only thing you have to fund is getting yourself to Utah, because, like Wendy said, this is not available, unfortunately, yet. We're waiting, maybe soon, but yet it's only over in Utah. But once you get there, then you get picked up from the airport, you get taken to the house, and everything else is covered: your meals, your accommodation. you're kind of at the house and then you take them back to the airport. So it's literally your airfare
Yeah.
that you do have to find yourself to get there.
Yeah.
If you are able to go.
Yeah.
So if anyone does have any questions, and obviously you don't want to ask them during the live, feel free to pop myself or Wendy a message. But like I say, I have pinned the details to the actual website on there, and it's confidential. No one will ever know you've clicked on it. They won't know you've looked at it. Nobody would ever know that you've applied. And it is, once you get there as well, like if you're not comfortable talking about what's happened, nobody forces you to. You just kind of in a relaxed environment, and you can take part in the activities if you want to.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I definitely think it's something that needs talking about a lot more. And you're right with the figures, because what I should have said as well is on the NSPCC website, it says it's 1 in 20 just off the ones that have been reported to the police. So if you think about how many go unreported because people are too scared, or because they don't want to talk about it, or it's quite scary. So the figures probably would drop again right down, which makes it even scarier. But what's good as well about the website is there's a section there and it tells you how to talk about it to our children. So how to help them recognize something not quite right, and how as a parent, because it's something that I would not want to talk to Nicholas about that, but if it's going to protect him and save him, perhaps we need to be a little bit more open with things. But thank you so much, Wendy, for agreeing to do it.
No
You're
problem.
so brave. You're so brave. She's such an inspirational lady. And I asked her to do this with me because I watched her video that she sent to us at our event on Saturday, and I was in the front row crying. And I was like, that's how Wendy. And she's such an amazing lady. So thank you so much. And we'll leave you to your evening. Have an amazing evening. I hope, please as well, sorry, before we go, if you do know somebody who's been affected by this, please share this video with them via a private message or in a conversation. Just bring it up and ask them to watch it, or ask them to have a look at the website, because you just never know who you're going to be able to help, or who this can help. And I'll be there's nothing in it for us. We're just here to raise awareness. And we're raising awareness is because we're so proud to be part of a company that supports and funds something like this. And that is it. There's no kind of nothing going on kind of behind, like we would never kind of know what your next steps are. But thank you so much for tuning in and joining us. And thank you again, Wendy. I love you lots.
Love you too.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye. Bye.